they're going over to where the ball is, and then they're finding that they're then got to run sideways to actually get the ball. Decoys, all option runners, so we don't have a decoy, so you're an option runner. Play what is in front of you and play to your strengths. Just go to the next one. Having said all that with the attacking principles, we need to know what the defensive trends are. What are teams doing in defence? So we're talking about our attack. So this is what defensive sides are doing. Then we need to come up with a plan, attacking plan that we can combat that. So line speed's big in terms of defence, part of the defensive component of the game. Numbers in the tackle, players are wrestling, 6-second play of the balls, compressed defensive line, pressure on the 7. You know, we're seeing markers and A defenders putting a lot of pressure on the 7 to play early. And the fact that teams are practicing it more. So defence is taking a bigger focus, a bigger portion of the training program than it was, 10 years ago. So with that in mind, we need to, how do we combat, line speed? 3 or 4 in a tackle. Here's just a little bit, we'll just run through a little bit of footage just about our roles and shape. Just got a couple of kick return sets. Okay, we've got catch, the left winger catches the ball, and we've got the left centre getting in position to play. So the ball's being kicked, giving them attacking option. Probably poor defence, but the fact that the centre got in position on the left-hand side to give an attacking option, and the winger went to the middle of the field. Here's another example. Left winger, the Cowboys. Bowen, I assume, catches the ball. Left winger getting in position and giving the fullback an option to play. Matty Cameron will come in and do some defence shortly. He would look at that from a defensive perspective and say, well, the centre's in a wrong position. The centre should be on the outside, on the right-hand side of the ball player. But from an attacking perspective, the winger's got himself in position, which allows Bowen to get one-on-one. Beau Ryan is in 2 minds. He's got a winger to defend. Now ball carrier's coming at him. And away he goes. Attacking shape again. If you've got the attacking shape, and Drewy mentioned it earlier, if you've got defensive errors or opportunities come, then you can take advantage of it. St George, in this instance, Jamie Soward, you might remember the game, injured. I can't remember whether it's a shoulder or a leg, but he was on the wing. St George's numbers on that edge, very light on. This is play, it was the second tackle, so this is now play 3. But just the opportunity and the West Tigers being in position to play on that and play correctly. Keeping their space, playing straight, passing not too close to the defensive line that they can get knocked down, and giving their support player time to catch it and use the ball themselves. While we're on attacking shape, we talk about our forwards running in twos. We spoke about defensive trends. They're getting numbers in the tackle, so we can't send our front rower out, 1 out, carry the ball 1 out, because you got a marker A, B, and even C can come in 4 in the tackle. So what are we looking to do? Add some support. So you've got ball carrier with a support runner, And then we're looking at the 7 as well. What's the advantage there of the 7 in that type shape? Okay, so if I'm in the defensive line, I've got ball carrier, support player. Now I've got another support player sitting at the back of them. Talking about line speed, if the person's coming one out at me and I've got marker A, B, C, line speed will happen. But once you've got another support player, then you've got the 7 sitting out the back there. It's going to affect their line speed because there's going to be a little bit of indecision. You know, coaches talk about you need to ask questions of the defence, and in this situation, that's exactly what you're doing. You've got ball carrier, support player at the front, so he can go to the line and play to him, or he's got the 7 out the back in this instance. And it just takes. If you look at the St George, you know, they've planted their feet early, and gives the ball carrier a further option. He's now in a position where he uses a bit of footwork, legs tackle, and the momentum of the game just picks up based on that shape. The next one, exactly the same thing. The front rower. You know, where do you want your front rowers to catch the ball? You know, how deep do you want them to catch it? How wide do you want to be from the play of the ball? Support player, talking about the lines that you want him to run. So the question here, ball carrier, catching it outside A, B defender, C defender, and so on. What's his role? What's he trying to do, the ball carrier, to the defensive line there?
Trying to draw the B defender onto him and allow the run at the back, so it's going to stop the C defender coming up as well.
Okay, so he's catching the ball outside A, which takes the marker out of the play. So he's now got to deal with A and B. So depending on the speed of the player, the skill of the player, a number of things can transpire. Catches the ball. If he goes to the line with 2 hands, shapes to pass, what's he hoping the B defender might do? Take the show. So I'm the B defender, ball carrier's there, he shapes to pass, and the minute I put my weight on that foot there, for me to make an effective tackle back on the inside is going to be very difficult. If he does come up square or angles in, looking for an inside shoulder tackle, and the player's got the skill, he can then tip on. So we can talk to our front rowers about where you want them to catch the ball, how deep, what width, and what are you trying to do. You know, in this instance, catching it, playing out in front, shaping the pass, and as you'll see, the St George B defender was very benevolent. I don't think you'll see that too many times, but if you can get your now he's in that, I think it's Scotty Logan gets in that one-on-one situation. And then the attack comes on the back of that. All right, so we're just talking about a little bit of attacking shape in play 1 that we saw with Matty Bowen, and now around the ruck. Just going to have a look at the start I said core skills. One of those core skills was evasion. We're spending a lot of time on, our teams are spending a lot of time in defence, inside shoulder tackle, wrestle. How much time are we spending as coaches on the actual quick play of the ball? So you guys coaching at the moment, we're spending time on wrestle and tackle tech. Have we spent much time on the evasion of carrying the football, bump? Yeah? So you want to elaborate on that a bit?
Oh, we incorporated even in our defensive drills, if we're like doing a slab drill or whatever the case may be, we incorporate the attacking principles in that drill as well. So if we're going into collision in the bump, we work on that. We work on all facets, you know, and getting the position of power for the play of the ball.
Yep.
to step up, play the ball in the majority.
Oh, very good. Very good. Any other coaches here been working on carry, bump at the line, protection, protecting the ball carrier? Matt spoke about the grip, using your other arm to protect yourself, bump to get that little bit of separation between you and the defender, working on shoulders, hit, spin to get out of the tackle, get down on the ground. So as we all agree, that they're spending a lot of time in slowing the play of the ball down. We need to spend time on the individual skill of carrying the footy and being able to generate a quick play of the ball. If there's numbers in the tackle